Hi, my name is Jake Pena. Let me ask you a question. How would you like to get paid for what you are already doing? How about getting paid to travel or getting paid to shop? What I'm going to show you here today is one of the fastest growing e-commerce businesses out there. And the great thing about this, you can do it right from the comfort of your home, part-time, and earn extra income. What brought me here is I'm from Cape Cod, Massachusetts, a small town called West Falmouth. And I was growing up, I had huge dreams and goals like most of us. And my dream was to go to college, not pay for it, play a professional sport, and travel the world. Well, I was very fortunate because I had parents who stood behind me. And my father always told me, whatever you want to do, young man, just do it because you can. But don't let anybody tell you you can't do it. He said, you will be teased, which I was. I called them the monkeys. Some of them are in your own head. Some of them your family, your friends, your associates. You can't do that. Why do you want to go to college? You can't play football. You can't play baseball. You're too fat. You're too skinny. Why can't you be like Johnny down the street? I'm quite sure many of us heard a lot of those things. Well, I did go to college. I didn't pay for it. And after college, I had tryouts with the Houston Oilers. I didn't make the team, so I played semi-pro football for a while. And after football, my agent, Bill McDermott, said, Jake, why don't you work for Eastern Airlines? I got a friend there. He got me an interview. I got the job. And yes, I was a flight attendant. An ex-jock, a flight attendant. And yes, I was teased. Well, after 1 year of traveling, Eastern Airlines closed down and I moved to New York. Now, I'm going to tell you that story in a minute. You see, I'm a firm believer that whatever the mind can conceive, one can achieve. You just have to do it. And these men and women did just that. And they had a vision, and they let no one stop them. Thomas Edison, we know him because he invented the light bulb and the phonograph. Did you know that he had 10,000 failures? 10,000 no's? And he said every no, every failure just told him how not to do it. You see, I'm a firm believer that every no gets you closer to a yes. And here's Holland Sanders, Colonel Sanders, Kentucky Fried Chicken. At the age of 62, he was broke. You see, he had a hotel and a cafe in a small town, and a major highway came through that town, and he had to close down. Here's a man with a 7th grade education. He went to his friends. They invested. He opened up Kentucky Fried Chicken. And the rest we know is history. And here's a woman, Mary Kay Cosmetics. She started Mary Kay Cosmetics in her house and went door to door selling skincare products. She now has one of the biggest, largest network marketing companies in the world. And she's one of the most sought after speakers in the world. And here's a group of men, one guy on the left, Bill Gates. His dream was to put a computer in everybody's house. The guy to the right of him is Paul Allen, another very successful entrepreneur. Well, Bill Gates went to Harvard, dropped out. He had a few personal problems. But his dream was to put a computer in every house. He went to all of these people in the picture and asked them to invest. 3 of them said no. I wonder how they feel now. Same story with Steve Jobs of Apple. He went to Berkeley. He dropped out. He had no money. And look where they are. I tell you this because you can do the same thing they did. They had belief, and they went for it. Well, I don't know if I told you this, but I used to be good looking. You see, after I finished with Eastern Airlines, I moved to New York City. And a friend of mine, Bernard Johnson, said, Jake, you should be a model. I said, Bernard, come on, Bernard. Number one, I'm not that good looking. And you got to be pretty. And you think modeling is for me? I'm an ex-football player. Well, those are the monkeys again. Well, after a while, I gave it a try. I went out, got my portfolio, and I went to every major agency in New York City, and they all turned me down. Ford, Elite, Click, Wilhelmina. A friend of mine, Joey Hunter, said, Jake, go to a small agency. I went to Vanderveer. Vanderveer picked me up, and she said, Jake, I'll represent you, but you must make your own appointment. And she gave me this huge book of all the people that use models in New York City. My goal every week was 25 appointments a week. I usually went on more. It took me 11 months and 2 weeks to get my first job. That meant I received over 1,000 no's before my first yes. And I modeled all over the world. Yes, I used to be good looking when I had hair and no pot belly. So again, why am I saying this? I'm saying it because whatever you want to do, you can do. All you got to do is just believe in yourself and just go do it. Now, after my modeling career, I wanted to get involved in a modeling business. So I went back to school, on business school, and I took classes. And also, while I was going to school, I also did a lot of public speaking around the country of motivational speaking because I belonged to Toastmasters. And the guy there said, Jake, you need to be an expert and you need to write a book. I said, come on. I have a hard time speaking English, never mind write a book. And I write as I speak. He said, Jake, write the book. So my English teacher at the time was willing to help me write my book. And we would meet month after month. And he would correct my grammar, my spelling. Jake, what do you mean by this? Next thing I knew, I was a published author. A guy from Cape Cod, Massachusetts, a small town. This is a very bold statement I'm going to make. Oops. I can change your life only if you want. I'm going to discuss 3 topics with you today. One is the problems we face. You might recognize some of them. The answer to those problems and the vehicle to get you there. In today's economy, you have to do something. What to do when you don't know what to do? Recession or recovery? Which way are we going? Most of us don't even know. But one thing I do know, whenever there was a recession, there were always opportunities out there. And this recession is going to make more millionaires in the next 5 to 10 years than the history of this country. They're out there. Money problems, we all have them. I have them too. Too much money, not enough money. Can't take the wife out. Can't take the husband out. Can't get the wife nice gifts. Can't go on a family vacation. What bill should I pay? The bills are piling up. We all have those money problems. I hate my job. Well, I hated my job too. And I said, wait a minute. If I keep on doing this for a year, 2 years, 5 years, will I still be in the same position? Well, I changed my mind, and I changed it. Foreclosures. I'm quite sure a lot of us know somebody who went through foreclosure. I sure do. And this is not a pretty sight. Family time. That's one of the most important things that we can have is family time. And the problem with today, we don't have enough time to spend with our family because we're working all the time. Need help? We all need help. And I need help too. And what do when we need help? We sit down and pray. Yes, I'm a man of God. So then I ask God for help, for wisdom, for strength every day. Plan A. We all had a plan A. And that was to what? Go to high school, get a diploma. Go out and get a job. Hopefully, go to college and do what? Get a better job. And work the 40 hours, the 40 years, and get a 40% pay cut. And happy retirement. And after retirement, live happily ever after. Well, I'm quite sure you also know, and I do, that the plan A is not there no more. And most of us today need a plan B. Why? Because our plan A is going up in smoke. Your job. It's amazing how many people today are losing their job. They might have go work on a Monday, and the job is not there anymore. So, what is your plan B? Is it to work extra hours? Or get a second job? Or put your spouse to work? Get that second job and do what? Spend more time away from your family. So what you've seen here right now is just go out and do it. Don't let anyone stop you from what you want to do. It's inside of you. God has given every single one of us a gift, a talent. All we got to do is use it. Well, YouTube only allows me 10 minutes. So this is part 1 of 3. So go ahead and see What If in part 2.